There, boy army, welcome to another spicy one on the channel. In this video, we are going to be looking at the best players in every position, and I've ranked them in order. For keepers, I've not really done them because right now I really find it hard to judge who the best keepers are. I would say Donnarumma and Courtois are the best keepers. That'd be who I'd recommend, but other than that, I'm really not sure. They're just so inconsistent, but consistently very good at the same time. But for this video, we're going through left back, right back, centre back, midfielders, attackers, and I'm listed by order. For the fullbacks, we've got like pretty much a top five. I'm going to be speeding through this because there's so many positions and players. I thought I could have maybe made it into more videos, but I thought I'll put them all in one place for you guys. So for left back, Robertson is coming in at the bottom end. Obviously, there's players who miss out on these lists. I'm not saying if they're not on this list, they're not good. But this is just for what I've used these players, when I've played against them, how I would rank them. Robertson is there. Very good card. The weak foot and pace does let him down a bit. Dest, 4-star, 4-star. Very nice card. I do like this card. Shadow gets him to 99 pace. Dest is a very usable meta left back at this point of the game. Theo Hernandez, he is not as good as the top two that I'm going to have because the 3-star, 3-star. Other than that, Theo Hernandez is very, very good. Has a big body type that plays well in game. Also does struggle a bit from a lack of good links. The only really good player that he links to is either Di Natale Cordoba, which is very expensive, or Kessie. Alphonso Davies and Mendy are our top two. It somewhat depends on what you want. If you want someone who's better going forward, I do feel Davies does feel smoother, better on the ball, better going forward. He's a bit quicker. Mendy, though, just has that extra physical, the 5-star weak foot. So for me, I'm giving it Mendy as the best left back in the game right now. Obviously, as well, this is based on gold cards, SBCs, and informs. This is not going to have any icons or heroes in this list. Let's move on to right backs. Here we are with the right backs. We have Juan Cuadrado to start with. Juan Cuadrado, a very good card. Bit weak, not the best defensively, but very, very good going forward. So he gets onto this list. Jesus Navas. Sorry, I'm a bit ill at the moment. Very weak and not the best in the air with a bad weak foot. Other than that, very good on the ball, very quick, very good defending. Kyle Walker, limited going forward, which is why I'm putting him at number 3. If it wasn't for his limited ability, weak foot going forward, he'd be higher. I do struggle a bit with him though. Defensively, he's probably the best fullback in the game right now. And then João Cancelo, number 2, very good card. Feels honestly a lot better physically than that. 4-star, 4-star is really nice. He's quick, good on the ball. But then number 1 for me is Hakimi. He's that quick you can put an anchor on him and still get 99 pace. Makes him physically good. The 4-star weak foot's nice. He feels smooth on the ball. His passing solid. His links are insane as well. I'm not judging players in these videos based on the links, but they are obviously a benefit. Plus, because it's easy to get them team. Hakimi is insane and the best right back in the game right now for me. Here we are for the centre-backs. There are so many centre-backs that are very meta and good this year that I could have listed probably 30 or so. So there's going to be some that miss out, but these are the ones that I think are the best of the bunch. Upamecano, rapid, bit slow off the mark, which does hurt him. Decent on the ball, very good card. Maybe he could have been a bit higher, to be fair. Koundé, hate playing against him. He feels a bit small in terms of doing the crazy body blocks, but he turns very quick. I don't like playing against him. If you don't like playing against someone, it is normally a sign they're pretty good. Lacroix, rapid, doesn't feel defensively or physically as dominant when he's actually there, but his recovery speed is second to none. Militao, very, very good. Honestly, most of these centre-backs are all so close. It's just who fits your team. From Titty, him compared to Militao's close. The extra strength and bit better defending edges it for me, but I would rather have Militao. I wouldn't necessarily be doing this on Titty SBC compared to Koundé or Militao. They're all pretty even, to be honest. Skriniar, very underrated, very good card with a shadow. Him and Koulibaly and Serie A are the best cheap beast pairing you can get. Koulibaly, like I said, very, very good, insanely strong. His SBC, I forgot to put that one on here actually. His SBC is debatably the best gold centre-back. Van Dijk, insane. If he had an extra 10 acceleration, he'd be the best centre-back. He's just a little bit slow and clunky off the mark, which hurts him. When he's in the box, though, he is the best. Kimpembe, insane. Doesn't really have a weakness. Some people genuinely think he's the best gold centre-back. He's got very good stats for an 83 rated centre-back. Varane, I've got him as my number 2 centre-back. Very good. The clunkiness a little bit stops him from being my number 1. The one who I love the most is Marquinhos. His defending is absolutely elite, and I really think defending stats do matter this year. He's fast. He's force. I thought he had 4-star weak foot. He plays well anyway on the ball. His dribbling, passing on the ball is fantastic. He feels great in the air with that jumping. He feels physically dominant, even though he doesn't have great physical stats. He's got great links. Honestly, I just love how Marquinhos plays in game. He's my centre-back I use on my God Squad account. His stats are crazy, to be honest. Those defending stats, I do think you notice them at the higher end. Marquinhos, for me, is the number 1. Here we are with the midfielders now. Now, with the midfielders, there's a few types you can have. You can have ones who are a bit more creative, better going forward. You can have the all-round box-to-box, which are my favourite, generally speaking, on FIFA for the last few years. Or you can have like the Vieira types, the ones who are very, very good defensively, but a bit limited going forward. So there's so many good midfielders. I think we've got like 15 to 20. Again, there could be more. I've tried to order them. A lot of it is on preference based on what you like. So for me, because I like the box-to-box, the number 1 is the perfect one for that. If you prefer the out-and-out defensive-minded one, Kante might be your number 1. It just depends what you like. But I've tried to be fair in this list. Sabitzer, very well-rounded. Emre Can, beast physically defending, bit clunky, bit slow off the mark. He's a very good cheap card, though, at this point. Zielinski, he's like the budget KDB. That 5-star weak, 4-star skill moves. He's got a good shot. Fantastic on the ball. He's just a bit poor on the defending physical side that puts him down the list. Tuchemeni, I think he's pronounced. People are calling him the cheap Vieira. Very solid card. I don't think he's as good as I've seen people saying, but he's still worthy of being on the list. Fofana, bit of a beast. 4-star weak foot. Not really got a major weakness. Very well rounded. I do like this card a lot. Wijnaldum, 4-star, 4-star. Very well rounded. He's the type of card that if he gets a couple of upgrades, he becomes very, very meh. He's going to probably get an 86 on his one to watch SBC from 5 wins for PSG. Could become very good. Kessie, up there for top defensive mids in the game. Just a bit poor going forward. Barella, Nicola Barella from Inter. If he was 4-star, 4-star, he'd be right up there in the debate for best midfielder. The 3-star, 3-star just lower him down for me. I do still like him and think he's very good, but I can't have a 3-star, 3-star midfielder in the top few. Joshua Kimmich, the 4-star weak foot. Like some people might say, how's he ahead of Barella? For me, he's got the extra passing, defending. He's a bit slower, but the weak foot passing and defending are putting him above Barella for me. He's also easy to link into teams. Zakaria, very limited going forward, but defensive mid-wise, up there for the best in the game. Very good. The Swiss Vieira, I always call him. Pogba, I don't like Pogba that much, but people do rate him. He can be very good when I play against him. He's got that 5-star, 4-star, tall, big body type. He is dominant. He's just a bit clunky and a bit too slow for my liking. Valverde, very, very good. The 4-star weak foot this year have really boosted him. He could just do with a bit more physical, being a bit better on the ball, and the lack of shooting, that's what puts him down the list a bit. Bruno Fernandes, if he had the 4-star weak foot, would be top 4-3 in the game, in my opinion. He's a little bit slow, not the best physically or defending. Creative-wise going forward, he's one of the top few in the game. But that 3-star weak foot really was a big nerf to him this year. Don't really understand why he had that. Renato Sanchez, 4-star, 4-star. If he gets one of those featured team of the weeks at some point, he's an absolute animal. He's already very good. I'm seeing pro players with 20 mil teams use this Renato. He's also a strong link to Jonathan David, which is a very nice one. Renato Sanchez, absolute beast. He doesn't really have many insane stats. He's just very well-rounded. Kante, some people put him as the number 1. Defensive-minded wise, he's insane. He can do everything you need defensively, and he's solid on the ball. He's just so poor going forward for me that I can't justify putting him too high because I prefer well-rounded midfielders. Goretzka, absolute beast. Some people would have him as the number 1. He could be. He's very strong now, which is nice. Very nice, well-rounded card. Just a bit clunky, I think. Frenkie de Jong has the 4-star skills. It depends what you want. If you want a more well-rounded player, Goretzka's good. I just like how good De Jong is going forward. His passing's better than it looks as well because the free kick accuracy and crossing bring it down. Whereas that short pass, all-round card, I do really like this De Jong and think he's an animal. De Bruyne is my number 2. Insane guy this year. He plays so much better. If he had like 5 more pace physical, I'd probably put him as number 1. But he's just a little bit poor on the physical side to be my number 1. But as a non-icon hero card, he's the best creative midfielder on the game. But my number 1 is Marcus Llorente. 3-star skills, which ain't great, but 4-star weak foot. Insanely fast, good shot, very good passing, decent on the ball, solid defending, very good physical. Like, this card is elite. I genuinely would put him as the 3rd best midfielder in the game, and that includes icons. I go Hullet, Zidane, then Llorente. I would rather use this guy than Vieira, and some people say that's crazy, Zel, but for me, he's just that good. I love this card, really like him. I'm using him on my road to glory on my main account. Not the easiest to link in, but he can just do everything. His pace alone is insane, and he backs it up elsewhere. That's my midfielders. Let me know what you guys think of that. Here we are with the attackers. Honestly, there are so many good attackers on this game that I'm going to be leaving some out, so don't get too annoyed at me. I've probably not ranked these ones the best. I think the top end are pretty easy to rank, but yeah, here we are. Riyad Mahrez, too slow, too bad at shooting to be, and too bad physically to be ranked highly, but 5-star, 4-star with elite dribbling does make this Mahrez card very good, and he has the finesse shot trait. Definitely slap a hunter on that bad boy. Isak, he is a couple of informs away from being crazy. I think a finisher on him makes his finishing and dribbling elite. He just doesn't have the pace then. But he is a good card, quite a unique one too. Mkhitaryan, surprised he's this good on the game, but a hunter on him and he becomes very good. You could even play him in midfield. Haaland, great stats across the board, but the card is just too poor with 3-star, 3-star. I really wish they'd made him 4-star, 4-star, if anything, just to make him usable. Kane, usable because of the weak foot, but too slow to ever be a top player. I'd probably be putting a hawk on him, honestly, because it maxes out his shooting for the most part, and you're not making him quick anyway, just makes him even better physically. I just wish they'd given Kane a bit more pace. Benzema, very solid card, has the finesse shot trait, 4-star, 4-star. Just needs a bit more pace. Honestly, if he had 90 pace, he's one of the top strikers in the game. Lewandowski, compared to Benzema, it's an interesting one. He's got the shooting. He's got a bit more physical with that aggression. You could go either way with them. They're both pretty similar cards, to be honest. Chiesa, he should not be above these based on real life, but Chiesa plays so well on the game. He's rapid. He dribbles better in game. Chiesa just plays really well in this game, so he's quite high for me. Ben Yedder, the 5-star weak foot's nice. Very good on the ball. Bit poor physically. Not the quickest. Lows him down a bit. Gabriel Jesus. If he had a 4-star weak foot, this card would be insane. With a hunter, you are getting 97 pace, 98 finishing. He's got elite dribbling and very high-end physicals at this point of the game, to be honest. Very nice card. Felipe Anderson, 4-star weak foot and the finesse shot put him above Jesus for me. Not as good stats, but that 4-star weak foot and finesse shots are really big. Vinicius Jr. has his own unique animations in game because he was one of the EA ambassadors. I'm not sure if this year or last year, but 5-star, 4-star is really nice. Just lacks the elite shooting stats, really, I would say. You probably want to put a marksman on him just to up his shooting, physical dribbling a little bit more, but he's a very good card still. Dybala, honestly, on previous FIFAs, he might not have even made the list. But currently, with how finesses are, with his finesse shot trait, some of the highest long shooting stats in the game, elite on the ball, even with that 3-star weak foot and not being rapid, Dybala is insane and for me is very top tier right now. Ousmane Dembele, ahead of a lot of cards he probably shouldn't be on the base of how's Ousmane Dembele a better striker than Lewandowski on FIFA, but lo and behold, that's the world we live in. He definitely is. The 5-star, 5-star make him really good. Again, lacks a few of the elite stats to make him high. A finisher is what I'd be putting on him to max his dribbling, agility, and get him 90 finishing. I just wish that Ousmane was a little bit better on some of the other stats. Salah, similar to Dybala, but basically quicker, stronger, better dribbling. That makes Salah very, very good. And if he had a 4-star weak foot, this card would be in the debate for top attacker. He's very good in game, just that weak foot does limit him a bit. Mane, similar to Salah, not quite as elite stats on some of them, but does have that weak foot, which I think is massive. Neymar, for me, out of the big four, we've got Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, and CR7 now, is the worst out of them this year. Maybe this will change after the patch when finishing in the box gets better and he's got the 5-star weak foot skills. But for now, his shooting is quite a bit worse than the other cards we've talked about. And I think that does lower him a bit. And he just doesn't feel as glitchy this year, Neymar. CR7 is third for me. You could put him ahead of Mbappe potentially. I just don't like him quite as much. He's very good still though. The CR7 SBC, do not do him. Just use the gold one. But this is the best CR7 right now. And then we've got Mbappe and Messi. I'm putting Messi as the number one. After the patch, if finesse ups are nerfed, I think Messi is probably fourth out of these guys. But right now, Messi has the best finesse shot comfortably outside of icons. He's insane. His finesse shots are crazy. He's cracked on the ball. He's got elite passing. He plays just so well on this game that Messi, for me, is the best attack this year, which is great to see. It's good to see a FIFA where Messi's great. And then Mbappe's got his own animations, strong, glitchy on the ball, 5-star skills, has the... Does he not have the finesse shot? I swear Mbappe had the finesse shot trait. Anyway, his finesse shots still feel pretty good. I think you could change it up between these guys based on preference, but that's how I'm ranking them. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. A bit of a longer one, but I've tried to give you guys lots of options, my opinion about the game right now. Appreciate you all watching. Don't forget, keep it spicy.